What's good, ladies and gentlemen? It's RFG back at it today, and I'm here to go over some current events. It's been a while since I dropped a video, so I just decided to go ahead and let you guys see this information right here. Okay, it's pretty much over for the naysayers and the individuals who are coming at truthers for exposing the truth and doing their best to find the truth. It's been reported that Kobe Bryant's helicopter crash wreckage shows no evidence of engine failure. All right. So, this isn't going to be what most of this video is on as far as the topic, but you guys need to know this information because I do consider this a current event that's very significant. This right here proves without a doubt that Kobe Bryant's helicopter, one of three things had to have happened. Either there was a bomb that was planted on the plane before the passengers got on, or the helicopter's propeller was sabotaged, or it was hit with a DEW. It's one of those three. It was either hit with a DEW, there may have been a bomb on the plane before the 9 passengers or the 8 people got on, or the helicopter's propeller was sabotaged. It was one of those three situations that popped off because foggy skies, like I said, foggy skies do not cause a helicopter to crash, folks. Last time I checked, every single helicopter has an altitude indicator. Let me repeat. Every helicopter, every professional, legit helicopter has what's called an altitude indicator, which means before you go forward or backward with the helicopter, you have to rise up in altitude, and you have to hit that certain altitude before you move forwards or backwards. So no matter if you couldn't see shit, no matter if it was foggy skies during the night, when the helicopter took off, it's supposed to rise vertically, okay, to a certain altitude before it goes forward or backwards. So from what they're saying, the helicopter was at a 2,300 feet altitude before it moved forward or backwards. It was at a 2,300 feet altitude before it moved forward or backwards. Now, I'm not sure if you guys are aware, that altitude is above every building, hilltop, and mountaintop in Southern California. A 2,300 foot altitude is above every mountaintop, hilltop, and building in Southern California. So if they maintained a 2,300 foot altitude in the location that they said that they were in, folks, they didn't hit no fucking building or mountaintop or hilltop. They didn't hit it. Okay? And if the helicopter was descending in altitude, if the helicopter started to drop in altitude, that was because either the bomb on the plane or the DEW it was hit by, or the propellers that were sabotaged. You understand? Because like I said, every helicopter has what's called a altitude indicator, and they have radar. Helicopters also have radar, folks. Go look it up. So even if something with a heat signature came in the helicopter's radius, it would have came up on the fucking helicopter's radar. Okay? So like I said, the evidence is clear as day, what actually happened. Okay, so this to me right here proves without a doubt, all right, that the Kobe Bryant's death was an assassination. Okay, and for all of the people out there who are saying that three of Kobe's championships belonged to Shaq, for those people who say that, I'm gonna ask you this question: if what you're saying is correct, and Shaquille O'Neal deserved those 3 finals MVPs, answer me this question. After the 2003-2004 season, when the Lakers lost to the Pistons in the NBA Finals, why did the Lakers organization choose to get rid of Shaq before Kobe? I'm going to repeat myself. If 3 of Kobe's 5 rings, if 3 of these championships really belonged to Shaq, and if Shaq really deserved those 3 finals MVPs, why, after 2004, were the Lakers so adamant and so quick to trade Shaq away before Kobe Bryant? You guys better wake the fuck up. You guys better wake the fuck up, because like I said, unless you are part of a secret fraternity, a secret society, or you conducted homosexual rituals or ritual sacrifices, you will not be getting too many accolades in the NBA. You see, Kobe Bryant won 5 titles, but only 1 league MVP, and I think maybe only 1 or 2 finals MVPs. Yeah, 2 finals MVPs and 1 league MVP. And see, that was only because Kobe Bryant didn't sacrifice anybody in his close circle. He didn't buck dance and coon, and he didn't he didn't conduct any what you call homosexual rituals. Okay? Another piece of evidence that points towards the NBA being against Kobe Bryant is the fact that the NBA was so quick to turn down Kobe Bryant's right to be featured on the NBA logo. Okay? They turned Kobe Bryant down in less than 24 hours, and they were so adamant about it. Okay? And they treated Kobe like a fucking Joe Schmo. And they're trying to tarnish Kobe Bryant's legacy in the media right now. You see these so-called TV hosts and these journalists who are trying to shame Kobe Bryant off of the sexual assault case that popped off in 2003, 2004. You see, where he was basically found not guilty or innocent. You see? So anytime the media goes out of their way to try to tarnish somebody's legacy, and the NBA shows evidence of being against the player and trying to shun a player's legacy, anytime you see that, that means that that player was going against the grain. That means that that individual was going against the grain. And that means that LeBron James and Michael Jordan are your real sellouts. That means that Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and everybody else who's part of a secret fraternity, okay, that means those are your real sellouts. All right? And see, this situation with Kobe Bryant, this was the greatest sacrifice. This was the greatest ritual sacrifice in pro sports history. I'm going to repeat myself. Kobe Bryant being sacrificed was the biggest sacrifice in pro sports history. In my opinion, this is the equivalent of Muhammad Ali being assassinated at 41 years old. This is the equivalent. Okay? And this was done to keep the Trump impeachment trial on the wraps, to take the attention off of the Trump impeachment trial. And you see, this Trump impeachment trial was a set-up situation where Trump got off, and everyone knew that Trump was going to get off because the Senate is, mostly consisted of Republicans. You see, the Republicans have the majority in the Senate. You see, but see, here's what the so-called Republicans don't understand. This is what you so-called Trump supporters just don't get. And this is what you so-called woke people who think that the elite need Trump, this is what you people don't understand. This individual right here is not getting reelected. This individual right here is not serving another term. So the way I saw it, it didn't even fucking matter if Trump got acquitted or not. It really didn't even fucking matter, because I already know that he's not getting a second term. Okay? And you know, a lot of people aren't going to expect that. There was an article. There was an article that was put out. Let me see if it's still up. Okay, here it is. And see, this is bullshit numbers. It says 33% of Americans agree with Trump's Senate impeachment trial acquittal. So this shows you that less than 40%, only 33% of Americans agree that Trump should have been acquitted. Okay? Which means that most Americans think that he should have been removed from office. And technically speaking, that would mean that most Americans wouldn't vote for Trump to get reelected. You see? But see, I think this number right here is bullshit because of the whole 33%. I think it was definitely less than 45, less than 40%, but I don't think it was really 33%. Okay? That's, you know, that's how the elites pay tribute to the media, you see, and this is how they mock the masses. 33 degrees of Freemasonry. Now, so like I said, the Trump impeachment trial, you see, the Kobe Bryant shit and the whole sports shit, that took all the attention off of the Trump impeachment. But guess what? Even if he gets acquitted, the man's not getting reelected, you see, because the United States has a shitload of agendas that Trump does not suit well with abiding by. You see, Trump is not going to abide by the elite's true agendas. That's why they're going to get him out of there in November, and that is a guarantee. All right. So you see, the Kobe shit was a distraction from the Trump impeachment trial. It was also a distraction from the coronavirus that has broken out in China, different parts of Asia, and the United States. Now, if everybody wants to get my full in-depth take on the coronavirus, I highly advise you to subscribe to my Patreon account. I highly advise you to subscribe to the Patreon account. The link is in the description. That is if you want to get my full take on what the coronavirus actually is. All right? But this right here says the Department of Defense military has mass quarantine camps set up in the U.S. The United States military has set up mass quarantine camps in the United States to hoard people into. The Department of Defense has confirmed that the U.S. is following in China's footsteps. Areas to quarantine those infected with the coronavirus quickly become places similar to concentration camps and gulags, with China now forcing people from their homes and into mass quarantine camps. It might not be long before the police state in the U.S. comes crashing in to quote-unquote protect and serve the public. Okay, 11 military bases near major airports. Ooh, shit. 11 military bases near major airports in the U.S. are setting up quarantine centers for possible coronavirus patients. The Department of Defense said the Department of Health and Human Services asked the Pentagon for quarantine space in case beds fill up at other coronavirus centers around the country, according to a DoD statement. Additionally, the Pentagon already agreed to house up to 1,000 people for quarantine after they returned to the United States from areas with the virus, the Associated Press reports. Okay? If you are traveling, a face mask is recommended, as that and good hand washing techniques are two suggestions to prevent the contraction of this virus. No one knows just how far this will go. Right now, face masks are still few and far between, but some N100 face masks are becoming available again. Now, folks, what I'm going to tell you is every 3 to 5 years, no, I'll say every 5 to 10 years, the United States and the Council on Foreign Relations and the Bilderberg Corporation, Trilateral Commission, the United Nations, the Center for Disease Control, they come up with different viruses for each decade, or for at least every 5 years. Okay, and this is done for population control purposes. This is also done for mandatory vaccination agenda. This is done for the mandatory vaccination agenda. Okay, okay, and in the past 5 to 10 years, these so-called pandemics and viruses have been coming to the forefront very frequently the past 5 to 10 years. All right. And what they're planning to do is they're planning to lower a particular portion of the United States population along with the world population. And eventually, these viruses are going to continue to mutate until they get what's called a complete flesh-eating virus. I'm going to repeat myself. The viruses went from mad cow disease, SARS, bird flu, swine flu, okay, an Ebola outbreak, and now this damn coronavirus. You see what I'm saying? Every single 5 to 10 years, or I say about 3 to 5 years, they come out with a different virus, and they own all of it because they have a patent on all of the viruses. But what it's done for is for population control and to push the mandatory vaccination agenda. And also, they're going to keep mutating and altering these viruses until they get what's called a complete flesh-eating virus. And if you think it's bogus bullshit, like I said, all you got to do is sign up for my Patreon account and check out the video I did, full in-depth, in detail, on my whole take on the coronavirus and what it really is and what it's really, preparing humanity for. All right. Okay. So this is the agenda. This is the agenda. They want to put out the virus that they created so you can come back to them and they can inject you with the inoculation shot. You see, that's going to either cause you to be sterile, give your kids autism, give you autism, or completely shut off the activity of your pineal gland. You see, that's what these motherfucking inoculation shots are for. They're for to put a time ticker on your life, to shut you off from your connection to your pineal gland, and to make you fucking sterile. Okay? That's what they're for. Also, in the very near future, not only are the inoculation shots going to be used for that, they're going to have the biomicrochip. They're going to be putting the biomicrochip in these inoculation shots. Okay? That's what the fuck they're getting ready for. Okay? This has been shown. Illuminati card epidemic, Illuminati card population reduction, mandatory vaccination shots. There's a whole bunch of politicians out there trying to push for mandatory vaccination shots in the United States. So they're trying to take away people's rights of getting religious and philosophical exemptions from the viruses. They're trying to stop people from getting religious and philosophical exemptions and medical exemptions from these viruses, or from these inoculation shots. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to stop people from having the right to have religious, medical, and philosophical exemptions from inoculation shots. They're trying to make it mandatory for every U.S. citizen to have inoculation shots. And this is because it's going to fit in with their depopulation agenda, their flesh-eating virus agenda, okay, and their biomicrochip agenda, to be the next currency for the New World Order. You see, when the dollar isn't the currency anymore, it's going to be moved over to a credit system, and that credit system is going to be placed on the biomicrochip. All right. So, like I said, the mandatory vaccinations, it sets up that whole agenda. They're all in cahoots with each other. the vaccination companies, the CDC in Georgia, the Council on Foreign Relations, Trilateral Commission, the UN, and NATO, okay, the Bilderberg Corporation, the Freemasons, all the secret societies. This is part of their agenda. All right, and see right here, California has already taken away, it looks like, medical and religious exemptions from vaccination shots. Mississippi has already taken away medical, religious, and philosophical exemptions from vaccination shots. New York has done the same thing. West Virginia has done the same thing. Maine has done the same thing. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to locate the cities with the highest populations. They're trying to get the cities with the highest populations to cause mandatory vaccinations for the citizens. Okay, so I guarantee you, the next states that take away the medical, religious, philosophical exemptions, those next states will be Illinois because of Chicago, Michigan because of Detroit, Texas because of Houston, and Pennsylvania because of Philadelphia, Ohio because of Cleveland and Columbus, okay? And Atlanta will follow suit. Mark my fucking words. And right after that, it'll be Miami. You will see they're going to get the most heavily populated areas first. All right? And here is the agenda. The agenda is to implant the biomicrochip in every citizen of the New World Order through way of vaccination. Vaccination. They're gonna make it look like you need it. They're gonna make it look like you need it. You have to have it. Okay? There's gonna be a major energy crisis, and the financial system is going to completely collapse. The monetary system is going to completely collapse, and when that happens, okay, the monetary system and the British crown and the British monarchy, it's going to be changed over to a credit system, either a credit system or a cryptocurrency, and that credit / cryptocurrency is going to be on the biomicrochip. Period. End of story. And you want to know how deep this shit is? Okay, the planet Pluto enters Aquarius in between 2023 and 2024. The planet Pluto enters Aquarius in between 2023 and 2024. Why is that significant? Well, what happened in the last days of Pluto being in Capricorn? When was the last time Pluto was in Capricorn and was transitioning into Aquarius? Oh, I know when. The motherfucking Revolutionary War in the United States. The motherfucking Revolutionary War in the goddamn United States. Okay? 1776 was the last date where Pluto was in Capricorn. I'm going to repeat myself. I'm going to make myself very clear. 1776 was the last date that Pluto was in Capricorn. It was the last year. Greatest revolution in American history. Okay? Pluto entered Aquarius in 1777. So guess what the fuck is going to happen? Okay, in between 2023 and 2024, Pluto is going to exit Capricorn and it's going to move towards Aquarius, and we're going to have a repeat. And we're going to have a repeat. You see? We're going to have a fucking repeat of the Revolutionary War. It's overdue. Like I said, it's actually overdue, in my opinion. We shouldn't be paying for gas. We shouldn't be paying for power, electricity, water, food. The paper dollar, the paper money shouldn't exist. This society is completely ass backwards. The mainstream science and biology is a fucking lie. All of our public schools teach our children lies. Okay? Our government commits acts known as false flags against other countries so they can invade those countries and rob and steal their resources and completely control their government and sanction them completely and dictate all of the country's policies and establish a Rothschild bank in that country. You see, that's the only thing these so-called wars are for. That's the only purpose they serve. You see, so this revolution that we're gonna have in between 2023 and 2024, it's gonna be long overdue, folks. It's gonna be long. It's gonna be long overdue. Because like I said, the last time Pluto transitioned out of Capricorn into Aquarius was 1776 to 1777. That was the Revolutionary War, folks. That was the Revolutionary War, folks. So guess what? Guess what? It's going to be on repeat. It's going to be on repeat. Okay? And if you think I'm out of my mind, shit, you might as well just call the cosmos crazy. Because guess what? Women lie, men lie, but numbers, math, and the cosmos do not lie. Women lie, men lie, but numbers, math, and the cosmos don't lie. Okay? So you can blow this off, like I said, you can blow this information off if you want. Or, you know what I'm saying, you can get your food ready, your well water ready. You can get your land ready. You can get your weapons and ammunition ready. You can get your graphene ready. You can get your home generators ready. Yeah, your home generators. You can get your crystal grids ready. You know what I'm saying? You can start conducting the practices of dark alchemy, voodoo, and Hika. You can start practicing an Edia, which will allow you to tap into that godhood to where shit, you may not even need a fucking weapon. You know what I'm saying? If you get to that point, shit, it's, the elite already lost. You know? And if you think this is bullshit, the billionaires are already getting ready for this. This article is titled 45 Unreal Photos of Billionaire Bunkers. Billionaire bunkers. Okay? And they're getting ready for what's called the apocalypse. But see, this term apocalypse has been used out of context. It has been completely used out of context. All apocalypse means is the truth will be revealed. The truth about the history of humanity, the truth about the history of this fucking world government, the truth about the history of the cosmos, the truth about humanity's true purpose on this earth is going to be revealed. That's all the apocalypse means. The apocalypse doesn't mean that the earth is going to get hit with 90 fucking asteroids and there's going to be nuclear warfare all over the earth. No, that's not what the fucking apocalypse means, folks. Okay? Is there going to be a virus that's going to cause people to eat flesh and to eat other humans? Yes. Are there going to be certain cities that get hit with nuclear weapons? Yes. But guess what? They're not going to destroy the whole world, folks, because they need the certain land masses, and they need at least 1 billion to 2 billion people to use for slaves. Okay? So they can't kill everybody. They can't kill everybody, folks. We have the power. We have the power. Period. So this is what the elites have been getting ready for, to hide out from nuclear warfare or from a financial collapse and complete martial law across the world. Okay, this is what the billionaires have been doing. These are some of their facilities, going underground, camera systems, you know what I'm saying, completely decked out in luxury. You know what I'm saying? Underground restaurants and movie theaters and shit. You know what I'm saying? Underground cathedrals and shit. You know, and these are very real, folks. These are very real. There was also a video game that delved into this right here. The video game was called Fallout. The video game was called Fallout. You see, and the funny thing is, even in the video game Fallout, all of the cities in the world weren't hit with nuclear weapons. It was only a handful of cities. It wasn't the whole goddamn earth, folks. You know what I'm saying? That whole notion of the whole fucking planet blowing up and all that bullshit you see in certain movies, I'm telling you, that shit is far-fetched, and that shit is to invoke fear into the people and to make it seem hopeless. But like I said, all the apocalypse means is the truth is going to be revealed, and we are definitely living in the age of the apocalypse. All right? So with all that being said, it would be highly beneficial and helpful for us to come together and get our resources together to detach from the monetary system that has been used to enslave us for thousands of years. All right? Nobody is talking the same thing, the same shit that I'm talking. No, nobody. You know what I'm saying? You look on YouTube, man, and it is a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke. You know what I'm saying? This right here, humans were never meant to pay for electricity. Humans were never meant to pay for any kind of resource like food or water. Humans were never meant to pay for shelter. Humans were never meant to give their life force to this damn piece of paper. And like I said, the moment we wake up as a collective and completely detach from this game is when we will definitely become invincible. 100% invincible. You see, because people like Kobe Bryant and, individuals who get involved in the Matrix and get involved in the Zionist society, and, they try hard, they work hard, they get their accolades, they make their proper investments with their money, and, you know what I'm saying, they're doing everything right. And if the elites feel that you're not devoted to them, at any moment they can take your ass out. At any moment that they can take your ass out. Because if they feel threatened that you can beat them at their game, they're going to take you out. You see, this game was never meant for indigenous people to win. I'm going to repeat. This monetary system, this monetary game of fucking monopoly, it was never designed for indigenous people to win. Period. Okay? So the only way to beat them at their game is to completely detach from their game or 100% destroy their fucking game. It's either one of the two. 100% detach from the game and let the cosmos deal with it, or 100% destroy the game. It's either one of the two, folks. It's either one of the two. Okay? And like I said, this is the agenda right here for the people who end up getting vaccinated that go to those coronavirus facilities, those coronavirus quarantine facilities. They're going to get you with vaccination shots, but in the future, when they have the real flesh-eating virus, they're going to get the people at those quarantine centers, and they're going to say, you cannot be part of this society unless we are 100% sure that you are not infected with the virus. We cannot take that chance. So we're either going to have to kill you, or you can take this vaccination. You see what I'm saying? So we'll know that you won't have the virus, and in that vaccination, you'll have the biomicrochip. You see. So that about sums up the information I had on the current events. I have this new lecture I'm doing on the Netflix series known as Altered Carbon. I have a new video that I'm going to be putting out on the Patreon account. And like I said, if you even sign up on a phase 1 tier, I have different tiers or tires on the Patreon account, and this one is going to be available for every single Patreon that signs up. Altered Carbon, all right, the Netflix series Altered Carbon Decoded. That's going to be my next Patreon video. So with all that being said, I appreciate everyone who supports RFG and the Atlantean movement. Please like, share, and subscribe. It's the Chosen One, man. I'm out.